Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 9th of November. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Commonwealth Bank, APA Group, Silver Lake Resources, Beach Energy and Northern Star Resources. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you're getting the free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So make sure you are subscribing to that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like to have a chat with me about our management service, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So we have the weekly chart here of CBA. As we could see in the last couple of years, it's very much been range bound, and it's right in the middle of that recent range. If we just move to a daily chart, what we've noticed is there was a very clear sort of support line here, which it was bouncing off, and recently it broke under it, but then quite quickly it recovered. So sort of interesting to see that buying. And there's another very clear resistance line at these levels here. So testing resistance now, I think clearly if it breaks above this line, it's a buy, and obviously if it dips back below here, then you're going to see lower levels. Okay, APA, so it's been trending lower for a while. So still in a downtrend. In the short term, it looks like it might head higher. So it's from the new low, it's bounced up to the previous little peak there, and seems to be consolidating under it. So it looks like it wants to make a little break and head higher. I mean, even at 850, you'd say there's a bit of resistance as well. So look, longer term downtrend, but I think if you can get a break above, close above 850, then you've got a little bit of an upside trade there. Okay, Silver Lake Resources, if we start with a weekly chart, we could see it's still trending lower, making all the lower highs and lower lows. Shorter term, we could see there was a bit of resistance at $1. It broke through that. That was a little short-term buy signal. Looks like it's heading higher, but basically the previous peak is near $1.20, so it is getting close to that resistance level now. So I think it's got a lot of work to do. It needs to ultimately get above $1.20, but it might need to head up there, congest, get through that $1.20 level. Otherwise, you'd just be looking at another dip lower. All right, Beach Energy, if we start off with the weekly chart, sort of interesting to see here, we've got a very clear sort of line of resistance. So it's heading sideways, but it's hugging the underneath of this resistance line, which is a positive. So it's getting ready for some sort of upside move potentially. Shorter term, big spike up here, and now it's just still consolidating that move. Still seems to be forming a pennant, and look, recent price action is pretty good considering the last few weeks of that particular sector hasn't looked very, very crash hot. So it's been holding up, still forming a pennant. So clearly you'd be looking, a break of the pennant's your next buy signal, and then obviously a break of this longer term resistance line is the next buy signal after that. Okay, Northern Star Resources. So we did look at this one recently, the little false break and the buy signal. So it's run pretty hard and it's taken out that previous high. So it's made a higher high. And the good thing about the way it's traded since then is it hasn't sort of been sold down as sharply as some of these other prior moves. It's consolidating. To me, this looks like a consolidation. So ultimately you'd you'd be letting that happen, and then the upside break here would be the next buy signal. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next week for you.